I'm Patterson, and this is just a short introduction for my BA4 Systems Design project, which is to create a functioning model factory of the Irwins bakery in Portadown.
Irwins is a family-run bakery which is located in Portadown, Northern Ireland, and for the purposes of this factory simulation, all of the processes will be split into 3 floors, which will be as followed. Floor 1, which is the mixing station. In this area there are 2 processes occurring. Firstly, when you turn the switch, you will see that the DC motor starts rotating, which simulates the mixing of all of the ingredients. Once they are thoroughly mixed, there will be air blown into the dough, which will ferment the bread. Upon further look, you see that the DC motor rotates in both directions for an even mix of all the ingredients. There is a short delay between the DC motor and the fan turning on to allow workers to move the dough from one bin to another. Floor 2, which focuses on the cutting and the cooking of the dough. Once the single pole, single throw switch has been pressed, you can see that a DC motor starts rotating all of the conveyors on the left hand side along with the orange cutting blades. On floor 2, the first conveyor is completely powered by one DC motor using the mechanism of belts and pulleys. All of the areas are run off one DC motor and they are all interconnecting. At the back, both of the conveyors are connected so that they rotate at the same time and speed. The dough now enters the cooking stage. Once the dough is on the conveyor belt, a servo motor simulates the flipping process to ensure that the bread is cooked evenly on both sides. As the conveyor continues to move, the servo motor is programmed so that it will continue the flipping process until the conveyor is at a stop. Floor 3, which is the quality assurance stage of the factory processes. Again, once the single pole, single throw switch has been pressed, the first conveyor belt begins to turn, bringing the products underneath the metal sensor. If a piece of metal is to pass underneath the metal sensor, the conveyor will simply stop and all of the production will halt. Following on from the first quality assurance test of the metal detector, all of the products will pass under an infrared sensor, which will send a signal to an LCD screen, which will count how many products are passing through the factory at any given time. Again, this shows the process of when a piece of metal is placed under the metal detector on the conveyor belt. Once the metal has been sensed, it will simply stop. Finally, you can see that there's an infrared beam being passed across the conveyor. If this beam is broken, it will simply pass a signal to the LCD screen and the product count will move up by 1.